am.
Okay, and don't forget to mute. Hey guys, that's Savytechgirl here, episode number 5. Savytechgirl's Tech Week in Review. Hey Bob, Bob's in the chat room already. So this week, guys, if we do get, I'm going to go with the magic number of 70. We're going to have a giveaway. We haven't come close to that till yet, but one of these days we're going to. And as soon as we do, then a blue box is going to be out there for everybody to get a chance at. So at Streamin' Wend is here. Hey Wend, how are you?
Hi Savvy, how are you?
Good, thanks. I have a little bit of a cold, so I may mute myself once in a while just to sneeze and cough. But apart from that, I'm good.
No probs.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. No cold over here.
Good, good. Stay away from me then.
I will.
So we decide to go shopping and spend our money.
Okay.
So how is everybody? Got room on? We want to talk about a few things tonight. We will be out Raspberry Pi on my list. I want to talk a little bit about general internet security, VPNs, and I just got off of Husham's show, so thanks again, Husham. I think they may have finished by now, but it was a long show, lots of information, and third-party developers were on tonight. I had a good chat with Team Expat, so they've got some good things coming up. We'll be talking about that as well. And Streamin' Wend is going to get all the questions for us. We can answer everything. For everybody, questions do not have to be Kodi related. Any questions as far as tech, smartphone, watches, laptops, VPNs, just throw the question out there and we will do our best to get an answer for you. This weekend, we had a little bit of confusion in the Kodi world. I'm not sure if everybody was aware of that, but on Friday night, I started getting messages and emails saying that they weren't able to stream anything. Was anybody in the same boat as I was?
I am.
Yes.
Or was.
You're okay now, back up and running?
Everything's working fine now?
Good. It was a little bit confusing at first because actually the first person that reported it to me was Streamin' Wend, and I was confused because we were currently using Spence TV build. We were watching a movie, and what Streamin' Wend was trying to do, and I was doing, she was getting nothing on her screen. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We were just sitting down trying to watch a movie.
Yeah, and you just, wait, did you just get no stream available or blank screen? What was going on there?
Yeah, it just basically was a blank screen. So I had, I would select a movie or try to look for in the menu to see what movies are available, and nothing came up.
Okay. So after a little bit of confusion, and then right after Streamin' Wend sent her message, all of a sudden I started getting emails and I was getting direct messages on Twitter. And noted that the add-on for Israel TV is king. So if any add-on installed currently on their system, you need to go in and you need. I did put a how-to in my. Let me just quickly see if I can do, and then I'll paste it into the chat. But once that is gone, you back up and running again. You need to make sure you also clear and purge the packages. But it's very annoying. And the reason is something to do with repo. So I'm not sure in their repo. And don't, then it would be advisable that they sort of stay away from that because it has caused a lot of problems. I can't find it now. I will definitely post it for you over the next couple of days, but I know I did put it on there It's either on my Twitter or my Facebook page. But you need to go into your add-ons and you need to delete the Israel TV add-ons specifically. Once you've deleted it, then clear your cache, purge your packages, and restart. So power it off, power it back on, and restart your system. Once you have done that, what you were using will be back up and running again. Okay, so hopefully everybody understands that. If you've got any questions, or maybe you've already done that and it's still not working, please put it in the chat and I can help you out. But that is the steps that you're going to need to take. Okay, and like I said, it's their repo that's causing the problem. You know what, if it had been 1 or 2 days, I could understand it. Maybe it was just a hiccup in the programming. But at this point, we don't really know if it's, we're not going to speculate it was done on purpose, but it's just, however it's been programmed, it's not working. So get rid of that and you will be back up and running again. Okay?
Sounds great.
Remember, guys, if you want, just put questions in the chat room. I don't know if you have any questions yet or not. Wend, for us?
So I don't have any questions here, but my video quality is quite laggy, so I'm just hoping that it's still working for me, but I don't see anybody's questions yet.
Okay, it does seem, yeah, it seems to be working. You might be lagging just a bit, but not to worry. It's, I think it's catching up. Maybe if somebody can just put something, yeah, Bob, oh, Bob's in there. Hey, Dad. So
See,
let's say hello.
Bob.
Hello, Bob. He may have a question for us. When you were asking, you had a question about live TV, I think it was?
I did. So some of my friends are, you know, getting into the Android boxes, and they had some questions on, they're interested in live TV. In particular, someone is interested in like the women's channel, that sort of thing, that sort of programming. So,
okay. So of course there's a few different, you're going to see a few different ways and a few different possibilities. There are a lot of people out there currently that are doing subscriptions for IPTV, which is Internet Protocol TV. You pay a certain dollar amount per month. So I just want to explain that first, because some people get a little bit confused about that. There are different things, so I just want to explain exactly what it is. The idea of subscription is that if you are paying, the updates will go to the premium first. Okay, so it's not guaranteeing that that feed will never go down, because we cannot guarantee that those feeds aren't going to go down. They're changing all the time. So whether you are doing it on paid subscription or you're doing it just streaming, there's always that chance that it's going to go down. So as long as you understand that, and that when you're paying, the idea is that your links and your feeds will be up first. I do not have a paid subscription to any IPTV service. The reason for that is I believe that Kodi is a free streaming media, and we're using third-party add-ons in order to get the information we want. So there's hundreds and hundreds of options for free viewing. Certainly is good. It's being updated on a regular basis, and that's what you need to keep in mind, is that those add-ons are currently getting updated. Some people get too busy. This is all, we do this for the fun of it, and the developers, in most cases, they're doing this in the middle of the, that's, we like it. So C-Cloud is currently a good using for IPTV, so that's Internet Protocol Television. And I know Phoenix has some live feeds as well, so you can go in there. They always seem to be. So they're the two that I'm going to go with right now. Castaway also have a lot of sports. They do have a section just for live TV as well, but Castaway is sort of the sports double replacement that's out there. So you can also use that one for live TV. But if they're just looking more, not so much in the sports, then I would go for C-Cloud for sure.
Okay, I got these questions now.
The other have on my Savytechgirl.com, there are for replay.net, IP vanish that now through site, and VPN options that we spoke about last week. So just go on over, get linked through.
Okay, Savvy, I don't know if you're getting these messages or not, but we are breaking up, I guess. People are commenting that. I don't know why.
No, it might YouTube.
Okay, hopefully you could hear me. I have a question from Vinny. So he's on the subject of C-Cloud, and he wants to know if anyone else is having problems with the list not showing up.
Are you using Kodi 16 Jarvis, or are you using 15? There was a problem in 16 today. Just click twice on the list. You should get it up. I know that we were in the last show. We looked at that, and if you did a double click, everything came up and worked fine. But it only seems to be on the it seemed to be on the version 16, but you're saying 15.2?
Yeah, 15.2 says.
So double click it, and yeah, it should be good. Because it is running, it's working. We checked it, there was no, there was no issues. Just click twice. Click twice and it'll be nice.
Click twice.
Yeah, click twice and it'll be nice.
Okay. What else do we have here? It took a while for all these questions to come in for me. Okay, so another question, is it possible to put two different versions of Kodi on Mac? So he downloaded 16.0 last night, and he would like to download 15.2 for Mac and try them both.
So yeah, and run them both. I am running both on my Mac. I'm steering towards the 15.2. I seem to have a lot better luck with it. But yes, you can. You can run the two different versions. 17. I would do that at your own risk, guys. It's not been released. 16's only, I would definitely wait on that. If you're a real beta tester, then jump in, but you won't really be able to get any support at this time. So you might just want to hold off on that.
Okay, Anthony wants to know, did you do a review of Apollo 6 or 7?
The review yet. I will be doing a review of Apollo 6. This week I did put a couple of videos out. So I posted adding profiles to Kodi, so you can run different builds. Spins TV in one, maybe you want to run the Beast in another. Maybe you want to have different security settings for different people in your household. So I did a video this week, and I did a couple of reviews this week, but I will definitely put that on my list and try and get one of those out by next weekend.
Okay, so I think this question here from R. Valancourt, he's asking, are you happy with 16?
With 16?
16.0, yeah.
I'm not overly happy.
Not so.
Nothing to do with any of the developers. You just builds you down set up currently for, so you may get some issues with that. That's why I'm just running at the moment, but I'll probably switch within the next couple of weeks and only use 16 at that point.
Okay. Apparently we're still breaking up. That's what Anthony's saying.
Yeah, it must just be the YouTube connection.
Yeah.
See, the recording will be up.
So Otis wants to know, Sorry about that. Otis wants to know, is anyone having issues, or I think he is having an issue with PrimeWire?
I don't know of any issues currently with there. A lot of times PrimeWire is a link from other add-ons, but currently there have not been any reports.
Okay. So Vinny wants to know the reason, or if you know the reason behind the list not showing up on C Cloud. Are they doing some sort of an update?
We're sure, like I said, we spoke about it on Husham's show, and that was just an hour ago. They are definitely going to look into it because it's been reported by quite a few people over the last 24 hours. Sure that you will see something change shortly once they get to fixing it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm not sure what Rick's talking about here.
He said he cleared the cache.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it worked. So, and I always suggest you should be clearing your cache about once a week, guys, because the system will look at your cache files before it looks at new files. It strictly does that because it wants to save time. I'm not sure how, if you want to cache, but you're exactly the same thing. When you go to a website, it will cache that file, meaning it's temporary. The next time you go to that website, to speed the process up, it's going to look at that cache file again. If I have updated in the meantime, website, you're going to see the website that was saved on your computer. So if that link goes down and something's not working, you're going to get an error message. So make sure you clear your cache on a regular basis, and your boxes should run a lot smoother. I'm sure you'll find a big difference.
Okay. Are we able to get IPTV on a smart TV?
Yeah. You're very limited on a smart TV because of the fact they are programmed down to the certain company. Unless you're going to actually do things like you would do with an iPad, where you're going to put software, jailbreak them per se. If you put it onto your computer system or you get a separate box. There are definitely ways to do it. If it's worth it or not, that's a whole other issue.
Okay, so a lot of interest in live TV here. So Anthony is looking for live TV Italian channels. I don't know, C Cloud?
Yeah, C Cloud currently. Let me just take a look at the brought out. Let me see. It's definitely on currently. Like I said, eating it, and it's been worst month. So is also live mix. Husham has it on his build. I don't know if anybody has tried Husham's build or not. If you go into your add-ons, you will find his build really. He does have a pay feature, but he also has a free one as well. So you can try this, and that works. Project stunning. He doesn't have a huge amount of channels available at the moment. He was working on a big project, and it's been a month since I sort of touched base. He does have stuff on. Channel pair. I also channel pair, but as I don't think it gets updated quite as much as C Cloud. So Live Mix, MK Live TV. I'm just going through the list from the third party.
Yeah, Tamara's talking about Live Mix as well.
Yeah, so Live Mix. Again, a lot of the are UK based. There are a lot of third-party developers in the UK, so they tend to do their lists first. But yeah, live mix for sure. Cypher said that he was putting some Canadian content in as well. Renegades TV, I don't think is working very well at the moment. That's on the list as well. And Team Expat spoke to Ron, and he had some exciting news that some Canadian channels are going to be released. He didn't show me the list. He mentioned a few names at the same time. Hopefully, the next we'll see some Canadian content coming out.
I think Vinny's saying Italian channels, possibly under Phoenix.
Okay. Live, so yeah, check that one out.
Okay, Leah said she used Husham's build and she liked it.
Yeah, Husham's got a really good build. He had some problems last week with 16, Kodi 16. Seems to have. So again, and he's also, it's called Iron Light. I have not tried it. I'm going to try it out tomorrow. So suggested that we give the wizard a try because he said she's done a really good job on it. So under Husham's wizard, you will see Iron Lady. Give it a try and let me know what you think.
So Anthony is talking about Kodi Live TV has HD channels.
Yeah, some of the feeds will definitely have HD channels. Some are going to give you both. They'll give an SD and an HD. I tend to watch most of mine in SD. I mean, I understand for sports and stuff, you're going to see a big difference, the 1080 and 780 and stuff. But the even C-Cloud, they have a lot of HD in there as well. So
yeah, I must admit I'm a big HD fan as well.
Are you? Yeah. You know what? I'm not a huge TV fan. I spend most of my time doing building the boxes and programming Kodi and doing all the reviews and everything. I don't get much time to watch TV. So, but I know that they are a lot of developers are getting the HD links out there. So,
yeah. Okay, how can we get Team Expat IPTV? Vinny's asking.
What was that? You broke up there.
How can we get Team Expat IPTV?
I will put a link for you guys once that's up and running. I'll put it in a Facebook page, and I will also put it on my website, Savytechgirl.com, and that way you'll have sound. I think I've lost someone. Are you there, Wind?
I'm here. Yeah, just the quality is getting worse.
I saw a question here from Bob in regards to a tech support scam. I had an elderly fall for the Microsoft tech support scam. She called a toll-free number and allowed them to remote connect and place an admin password on the login of Windows. Had to go into the registry, grab the config, back up. Beat the scam. Absolutely. They have repaired laptops and many desktop computers for people over the past 6 months to a year. This tech support scam. If anybody at home and says they your computer, put the phone down. People do not call. Microsoft do not call you about tech support problems. Nobody will call you about tech support problems. So if that you have to get connected to your computer for whatever reason, you need to turn the power off or disconnect, unplug it from the cat cable, something. But you definitely need to just be. It's a scam, and don't. I've spent endless hack people's computers from this scam, and yeah, people still It also brings me to something that I wanted to talk about is the new sort of the pay up, the ransomware that is out there. You guys really need to make sure you're backing your systems up on a regular basis, whether that be to the cloud or whether it is to an external hard drive, to a DVD. If you don't have backups, sorry guys, if you don't have a backup of your system and we have to reset your system and I install Windows again, then you're going to be out of luck. You need to make sure that you're backing up your system on a regular. And with this ransomware, they go in and they encrypt all your files, and they are asking for money to get your files back. I do know of people that have spent over $40,000 to get their files back. And these were lawyers. So they didn't get them all back, they did get some back. So you need to make sure if you do not back up your system, you may have lost it. Okay, so, and those out there. So I'm going to put, actually I'm going to do it right now, put it in the chat that you guys can take a look at. I'm going to put it in here somewhere. I'll try and put it in the chat. If I can't put it in the chat, then I will put it in the note after.
Okay, another question for you, if you would like.
Yep.
Are you going to do a video of the Raspberry Pi 3?
Yes, it's still back ordered. So once I get it in, I will for it. But I'm just waiting to be back again. So I know that they are available, but trying to get a hold of one is not the easiest thing currently. As for the Raspberry, we'll do a video. So yes, month I would get one view of it. I did also have somebody ask me if I could do a video on updating the Raspberry Pi from OpenELEC to Jarvis. So I will also, that's on my list. I will try and get a couple of weeks as well. That you'll like to see stream and lend. If you're interested in putting Jarvis onto your box, that'll be the one to look for.
Yeah, I think we're ready to do that. Yeah. We'll look for your video for sure.
Okay, you got anything else? I did put the link up there, guys, so you know it's a cnet.com ransomware. Just take a read of it. It's got some good information in it. And just make sure you're doing backups on a regular basis.
Nothing right now.
I'm also going to be doing a video on flashing your routers. I don't know if anybody knows what that means. But if you're going VPN software, such as Replay or that type of thing, you can't directly install it onto, say, a Raspberry Pi. But what you can do is you can actually flash, they call it flash, so install it to your router. Okay, so the router that you have, whether it be a D-Link or a lot of the Netgears already come with it. But I'm going to do a video to show you how to flash your routers. So essentially you can buy like a $10 router, you can flash it, and then that way you can have your VPN and your overplay software running on it, and you your IP address being shown. And you don't have to spend, like some of those routers are $400 or $500. So buy a
now, am I going to be able to do that with my Bell router? Bell 5?
No. Nope, you would have to, if you're only using Bell 5 router, the one that comes with Bell, then you would have to have a secondary one.
Okay.
Ones you get from the ISPs, they're all refurbed anyway, and you really don't get very good. So you're always better off putting another router in if you really want, like, and stuff.
Okay.
Video quite anything. And there are out there that you replace your Bell router, or whoever your ISP is. They do have a list that is tells you who you can go with, so you don't have to have that Bell one there. You can directly take your internet connection into one that you've purchased.
Okay, so where would I find that list?
On the internet. I'll see if I can get it on my page.
Okay.
And that'll show you what ones are compatible, and you can actually set them up and then just take that Bell one. Because they're all refurbs. You never get a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Never get a new one. So you're paying for your internet. You may as well get what you're paying for as far as service goes.
Awesome.
So I will, this week I'm going to try and do a couple more videos. Maybe I'll put the SIG review on my list for this week and get that one done. I do have a video that I have completed for the Exodus add-on. I just have to finish working on that, and then I will upload that one as well. So I've got those ready and I'll do a few more. So yeah, I see how can we get TMX Pack IPTV. So I will put that up in the note. See, got a Raspberry Pi apart from me? Anybody been playing around with one? Or a message in here that the add-on 12424, they have Italian. Oh, like you said, that's under the Phoenix area. Just go into Phoenix. You'll see the 12424 15 and get in there and channels.
Okay, so we have a question.
Okay.
What is this? I like your video profile this morning. Can I put different builds on profiles?
It's a lot cleaner if you just put a different build in a different profile. The reason I say that is you're going to just be filling up the system, and you might run into some issues as far as streaming goes. So your best idea is to create a profile. Once you're in that profile, put a build on one build that you want to test. And that's why I do it. I do it for testing purposes. I run multiple builds. Do you run multiple builds, Wendy?
I don't. We just run one at a time. We were running Spins TV, and now we're running the Beast. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, we're still using. We still use Spins. I'm currently using the Beast just because I've been testing it for the last week or so.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw a note here. Tamara found a good video. You can turn an old router into a Wi-Fi access point. Works great. Fantastic. Really? Maybe if you can find that video, Tamara, maybe post it in the comments. I'd love to watch it. I have 100 routers kicking around here, so it would be great to put them to good use.
Okay, so our Valancourt is saying that he is using a Mac and he has lots of room, so he wants to put different profiles on, or different builds on different profiles.
Oh, I mean, if you're using tons of room, then yeah, go. It's just you're using something with space. But yeah, if you're using it on your room, then you could essentially put you want around with. And like I said, if it's for testing, the more you put on, the better. But people just like to have one build, maybe two, if you've got different people in the household. It's also sometimes good to put some security on them, because if you go through and set them all up just how you want them, then it changes it, right? Able to put security settings on them too.
So Vinny would like to know when you are getting the Pi 3s. Any idea?
Well, the Pi, yeah, I'm back from where I get mine from. So like I say, hopefully this month they'll be back in, and as soon as I get one, I'll unbox it. I'll do a video, we'll unbox it, take a look at it, set it up, the Raspberry on it, and you guys can learn. But definitely the potential just to run Windows 10 on the Raspberry Pi, and I'll probably get one just to do that as well. Builds come with add-ons. The whole
Yes.
point of a build. The reason for a build is someone has taken the time to put all the add-ons. Mostly they put all the add-ons that they really like. They also put add-ons that they are within their development team. So the people that are putting builds together have teams for the most part. They work together. They create add-ons, third-party add-ons together. That is what a build consists of. Instead of you just downloading a skin, and then you have to put all your add-ons on. You have to set them all up. That's what a build is. It's already done for you. So you can add more add-ons to it, absolutely, but it gives you a fantastic starting point, and it gives you, you don't have to change anything if you don't want to.
Rick is leaving. Bye, Rick.
See you later, Rick. See you next week. The show again will be on a Thursday. This is the new day and time.
Okay, Tamara is saying Husham didn't have very many good things to say about Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I don't think Husham actually has ever used Raspberry Pi. In the conversations that I've had with him, he has said that he has not used it. There are, as far as I'm concerned, for a microcomputer, and I am into microcomputing, so I'm into Arduinos as well. They are a little device. You know what, a lot of these boxes that you get are loaded up with different software, and it all depends on what you want. Android box. So, but if you're just gonna, you can use a Raspberry Pi and strictly put Kodi on it. You'll run that box for years, until different than an iPhone or something where the operating system is too new to run on that certain processor, and that's why we get, after a couple of years, you have an iPhone, you can't update it anymore because that operating system won't work on it. Same idea. So yeah, Husham didn't have a lot of nice things to say, but I use the Raspberry. So there you go, Husham. We can talk about that later.
Okay, what's the best
I have lots of
add-ons for
things.
somebody that lives in Canada?
That is currently Can TV. I have the most with. I think I have that. And like I said, Team XPack, they're working on, supposedly, they're saying it's going to be the best Canadian link. Comes out, I'll release that information to everybody on my website, Savytechgirl.com, and also on my Facebook as well. The next couple of days, but for now, use the Can TV Live.
Okay, so Tamara's convinced he's going to try the Raspberry Pi. Yay.
Yeah, absolutely. You won't regret it. Raspberry Pis are fantastic. And I would suggest for the price of them, get a couple with OpenELEC. Run one with,
Yeah, I could
put
check that
Windows
one
10 on. You'll be, so. But I'm glad to see that people are actually going to use the Pi. Arduinos are really good too. I mean, an Arduino is different type of micro. But if you're into programming at all, you can program underground sprinkler systems. You can program your lights in your house to go on and off when needed. You can interface them with your smartphones. So lots of possibilities for various solutions.
Sounds cool. Okay, what do we have here?
So like I said, I'm going to do a video on flashing your routers this week. And I'm going to do the Apollo video this week. Yeah, the arcade. So I just saw a message about the arcade game. You can so with the Raspberry Pi, you can make it into what's called a retro Pi, and you put ROMs on them. So those ROMs are from all of the lighting from the 80s, 90s. You can put everything from ColecoVision, Atari, Commodore 64, and link it. You can put it onto your computer. But the great thing about it is you can get like a 7-inch screen, and I have a couple. You can put them inside those old, remember the little screens that you used to get? And you can, this got the little joysticks on them. You can actually put sticks. You can have the menus come up, pick the game you want to play. Fantastic for all the different possibilities. I loved ColecoVision in television. They do run them, they run pretty fast compared to the processors that they're using. But yeah, I put RetroPie arcade games on a Raspberry project, and also for getting your kids a fantastic way to introduce kids to computing. Like I said to them, you're not worried about it for that price, and yeah, you can do so many things yourself that to the store and paying a lot of money for, right?
Okay, Janet says she's getting about 3,000 games doing that.
What's that?
She says she's getting 3,000 games. I think that's what she's trying to say.
You can get thousands of games. And in the menu, you pick your platform that you want. So let's say Nintendo, Super Nintendo, list of all the games, thousands of games.
Yeah. Okay, so Tamara is saying that I think he's looking at the Amazon Raspberry Pis in the UK with HDMI leads and loaded with SD cards for £58. Is that a good price, or is it better doing it yourself?
Yeah, I would say this. If you could do it yourself, I think project, you would be able to do it for pounds, probably not a lot less. So say, let's just say £50 is $100, for example. You probably have HDMI leads kicking around your house. An HD card, or sorry, an SD card's what? So £5, and then you're going to get the board. I would suggest that's a great little project, and I would encourage you to yourself. I can even put some videos together how to, I could say it's, and you only need 2 pieces of software, both free, and information on the SD card, you put it into the round up, and you're all ready to go. I would say go for it by the part. If you're in projects like that, that is a good price, and you're not breaking the bank at the same time. So, but it'd be fun if you could do it yourself.
Vinny's waiting for you to get the Pi 3s. He wants you to build one for him.
Oh, okay. Vinny, building them every day, probably.
Manwa, anybody know how to install TeamViewer on OpenELEC?
I have not installed TeamViewer on OpenELEC, but saying that, I have TeamViewer, and I will look into that this week for you, and I will get an answer to you. I'm sure you can, but let me just look at the steps to do it.
Okay, which has better performance, Android box or Raspberry Pi 3?
Well, again, it all depends on, so, and it all depends on how much information has been put onto them. So an Android box typically that you would find on eBay, Amazon, Facebook, they're typically loaded. They come from China, first of all. The thing I like about the Raspberry Pi is it is built and developed and founded in the UK. They are all UK parts, and they, as far as I'm concerned, are a better quality. Well, they are a better quality. When you get an Android box, typically they are loaded with software. So I do a lot of repairs on them simply because they freeze all the time. And the reason they're freezing all the time, enough processing power to do you want to be doing. You have to think of running in the back. When you get a Raspberry Pi, whether it's a 2, a 1, 2, or a 3, you are exactly what you want. So you're going to install OpenELEC. You're going to whatever you want to put on it, but that's all it's running. It's not running anything else. So therefore, you're going to see a lot better performance out of a Raspberry Pi 3 with a 1 gigahertz processor than you will from an Android box with a 1 gig processor. And they have also boosted the power in the processor that they're using. So if I was picking it, I would, day in and day out, I go with the Raspberry Pi 2 or 3 over an Android box. I know there's some fantastic Android boxes out there now, and for a few $100, you're gonna. But Raspberry Pi, as far as I'm concerned, is the way to go.
Looks like Tamir is going to build his Raspberry Pi himself.
Fantastic. Send pictures. Send them to me on my email. .com. I'd love to follow that build. And it's there's so many help files out there, and it's a good challenge, but one, I don't think you'll have any problems at all with it. So good for you.
Okay, so Manoir says he had the Pi 1 since it first came out, and it's still working great. Now he has the Pi 2 and HTPC, and the Pi never breaks.
Yeah, I've never had a Pi that has broken on me either. I run them day after day. I have 1s, I have 2s, and soon I will have 3s. And yeah, they're absolutely fantastic, and they are reliable. Like I say, all you're doing is you're using it for a media center, you're using it for a purpose, or you're using it on Windows 10 like you are using it for a purpose. So it's not like you're doing 1,000 things on it. You're doing what you need, and they will last a long time.
Is it possible to remove what's not needed on the Android box and just keep Kodi on it?
Yes, it is, and that's what I do for a lot of people. Come to me, clean them up. I take everything off except for Kodi. So when they boot it up, that's exactly what they do. They just boot directly into Kodi, and then those boxes will run seamlessly forever. Again, it's just because of the fact that there's so much information on them, they just cannot keep up.
Vinny wants to know if you back up the SD cards just in case.
SD cards, I don't back up my Kodi simply because I'm very much, if something crashes, I love to start fresh again. But I do have backups of all installs. So it's very simple for me to just grab an install of a certain file, put it onto Wix, and be up and running quite quickly. Something I've done over time. But because I've been into computers for so long, just over time, you know what, I've crashed so many of my own. I again, so I make sure that I have all my files, my main files, I have them on a cloud server, and then I have them on my own server. I have what I need backed up. Everything else, I just wipe it clean. So I don't back up my Kodi box, but I do back up the actual install packets, yeah.
Okay, so add to your video list how to remove what's not needed on the Android box.
Okay. I'll put
That
that
list
on
is
my
getting
list.
pretty long there.
Yeah, most cases it's a matter of just going through add-on by add-on and deleting it, depending on. And then what you can do is just take they have an SD slot, so you can just load up Kodi onto an SD card, put it in, boot, do a refresh, just do a fresh install. So just wipe everything off the. But I will one day, hopefully I can. Okay, so we've only got a few minutes left. Just make everything that I want to. So, like I said, if you're interested in or IPTV, please just go to my website, .com. I have a link on there. You will get a special price for it. And you can have that installed. If you have any questions, let me know. They have a great tutorial on there. It's very simple to use. I use IPVanish on my computers. Never have any issues with it. So it's on my website, Savytechgirl.com. It'll be the same time. So it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Hopefully our feed's a little better next.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because I only
We'll blame
get
it on.
the second word.
Yeah. I don't understand what you say.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Consider getting my house is bogging down your internet.
I don't know. Maybe the kids.
It's the ISP that says, oh, you're getting 50 megabits, but you're getting 6. No. That's the other thing, too, with the IPVanish and the OpenVPN. You actually don't lose any. In some cases, you even gain performance going through different servers. So something to look into. So I hope feel free to contact me on Twitter. Message at Savytechgirl. Message at StreamandWend. It's along me and or answer them when she can. And show next week on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be on Husham's show on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully there. And I think that about wraps it up, guys. So it looks like I've got a busy week with video. Good thing I'm taking some downtime.
Time to go shopping.
Hey, when?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Out. That is that. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.